I was going to ask, is there such a thing where a parent can actually see what their children is texting? You know, not like a spy, but is there an app or a way that you can be across every single email or across every part of social media as a parent by being connected?
You can't be across stuff like Snapchat, though, really, can you?
I think this is the difficulty. So there are parental, and if you look at the campaign, there are parental safety software that you can get through your ISP and you can get them through your phone companies. But what I would say is it's very, very difficult as a parent to know everything your child is doing on social media and every piece of social media that your child is using, because there are always ways around this. So the emphasis on our campaign is about having that conversation, and you may not always know everything they're doing, but the critical thing is if they are in a situation where they have lost control, they feel that they can still come to you as a parent and make that report and step out, because that's what we don't want. We don't want children being controlled by someone who is actually out to exploit them. So the problem with safety software sometimes is that though it's a very good aid and it can complement the parenting, it's not a kind of panacea for this. And
so what age?
It can lead to a false sense of security.
What age do you start to mention this to your children?
Well, I think very early, and again, that's addressed in the films, but actually very, very early, because this is becoming a more common teenage behaviour. So, you know, as a young teen, and what we have on the Think You Know resources as well are a range of tools for parents at different ages. So you might talk about some aspects of broader internet safety with really quite young children, with primary age children. But I think when you're talking about more like the sexting behaviour, that will be slightly later. That will be more like the early teenage years.
And there is always a point with your children where you lose that ability to influence when it comes to their online presence. That they eventually will end up doing this, because it's very, very hard to stop them, because that's, as we've found in here, it's actually seen as being quite normal now.
Well, I think it's something that you can't necessarily control, but I think as a parent you can always have influence. And I think that what we know from kind of education campaigns is that where parents reinforce some of the messages that they're getting in schools, for example, that is much more effective, and that will make children think about the risks, because they know there are some risks, and they will all know of things that have happened to their friends, and to reinforce them and have that discussion as a parent can actually be quite effective. And certainly what we want is to stop it getting into the child protection realm, where children are taking so many risks without realising it, that actually they end up in a really challenging situation. So check out the resources and have the conversation and know what to do and the tools you can do, and make sure your kids know that they can come to you.